Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 22 chat.
Ooh, it's episode 33. I believe there's only 4 more shows to go.
3.
Really?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday.
Oh.
Right? I know, it's wild. We are a week out from the finale. And you can feel it. Not a ton going on in this house.
Alright, so last time, Enzo nominated Nicole and Christmas, triggering a Christmas meltdown. No snow for Christmas this year.
There's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing because they showed events out of order this week. Like, the luxury competition that they showed tonight was actually before the nomination ceremony. So she was, like, crying about that. And then she cried even more after nominations. But we'll get to the post-comp cry in a little bit.
All right.
But anyway, she feels betrayed by Enzo for putting her up on the block and not warning her beforehand. But, like, nominations don't matter this week. It doesn't matter. It all comes down.
Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It all comes down to the POV competition.
Right. And he would like to actually clip Nicole.
Yeah. Ideally, he wants Nicole to go. He wants to go to the final 3 with Cody and Christmas because he knows that both of them will take him to the end.
Right.
And Nicole would probably take Cody, right? So he's not feeling good about that.
Well, Christmas is just breaking in half. She is in a pit of snakes right now.
She's feeling betrayed. This is like in The Producers, that song about being betrayed.
So Cody wants Christmas out because he thinks that she's the only one that's not going to take him to the finals.
There's no way. Yeah, why would Christmas want to take Cody to the end?
That's dumb.
Yeah. And Enzo and Nicole, he's pretty sure they would both take him to the end. So his ideal final 3 would be with Enzo and Nicole.
Well, it's time for Clash of the Comics.
Well, so this was a luxury competition, and like I said, this actually happened before the nomination ceremony. This wasn't even really a comp. This was just like a Plinko.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. So the winner of this gets $10,000, and basically
It's a draft.
They were like, you know what? Let's bring out those delicious Big Brother comics again.
This is fantasy Big Brother.
Yeah.
At its finest.
So each house guest got to pick 4 comics.
Right.
And they were going to randomly be going up against each other. You could even have your own comics going up against each other,
right.
like your own draft picks. And, yeah, I guess the winners were predetermined or whatever.
They were.
It was just so weird. I don't know.
I guess they put this thing into like a random generator.
Yeah.
And they, it was like, it's like when you go to a bar and they have like these predetermined things and you just pick them, and if you win, you win. If you don't, you don't.
This was not like a skill game by any means necessary. It was just
luck of the draw.
Yeah, it was all about luck. Luck be a lady.
Bring back the good luxury competitions. We don't want the money ones. We want to see them fighting over clothing and shoes.
Yeah. It was cool to see the comics like animated and moving, but did we need to see that much of it? I mean, this was
They basically wasted 20 minutes of the show on this luxury competition.
I can't really blame them because there's not much going on right now.
I'm not saying don't waste time on something, but give us something we want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see some cartoon fights that don't mean squat.
Let's see some freaking, like, Marsha the Moose tasks or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, or give them one of those challenges, like, in the olden days when they'd be like, you have to bike from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah.
You really like You're really missing Canada, aren't you?
I like the way that they fill time sometimes.
All right, well, actually, Cody and Nicole were in the finals, but they lost 2 people in the first round.
Yeah, well, I mean, their people like kept going up against each other and
themselves.
Yeah.
Christmas lost 3 in the first round. Enzo only lost 1. Christmas, of course, was eliminated first. Ouch. Followed by Enzo, and then it came down to Nicole.
No bidet for Enzo.
No.
That's what he was planning on using the money for.
He's gonna have a dirty A.
I mean, I feel like once you start using one, you probably, like, how do you even go back?
How can you go back? I think it's impossible. So the final round, wasn't the final round Nicole versus Nicole?
Yeah, it was down to Nicole and Cody was eliminated. So then Nicole's two people that were left were in the final round, and it was Memphis and it was Daydream, right?
Yeah.
And Memphis ended up being the big winner. So Nicole won $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And she's pretty excited about it. And then you look over at Christmas and she's just like... Christmas had a freaking day-long meltdown after this luxury competition.
She found herself a pile of garbage and she jumped in it.
Oh my god, she was going on and on about how she didn't really care that she lost the money. She felt bad because she betrayed Memphis by not picking him.
She misses him. Is something more going on than what meets the eye?
I mean, she was really concerned about... I'm always licking my foot. She was really concerned about Memphis watching this back and be like, well, she didn't pick me, so I guess we're really not that close, are we? Who freaking cares? You really think that Memphis is going to think about this?
It's cartoons!
It doesn't matter!
I want to get my own apartment.
It doesn't matter.
All right, so...
But I'm just telling you guys, she went on and on and on.
Hey, can we get some more filler up in here? Let's wax Enzo's eyebrow.
All right, they opened up the brow studio. The
dry
guys
bar.
were participating. What did they do to Cody's eyebrows?
Cody's eyebrows were overplucked. They were too small. Way too small. I believe one of them was like over here.
Well, I felt like they made them super far apart. I don't know if it was just the camera angle or what, but when I first saw it, I was like, what did you do?
There was like this much room in between.
It reminds myself when I look back on old pictures from like high school or like early college.
The Betty Davis brows?
Yes. Like the 1940s brows. Why was I even allowed to pick up tweezers? It was bad. Like, why?
Who was going to stop you? You did this when I was not around. You were just like... All right.
I think a lot of us were in that boat, though.
I never pluck my eyebrows.
Well, you're perfect.
I know, right? All right, so Enzo is secretly hoping that Christmas wins POV, because he knows that she's going to take him.
Yeah. And he would like to try and convince her.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, you mean she would take him to the final two.
Right.
So he's hoping that Christmas will win and he can convince Christmas to get Nicole out this week.
Right.
I don't see that. I feel like Christmas would 100% take out Cody.
All right, so now the final 20 minutes of the show is POV comp.
All right, at least this was them actually competing and doing something a little more interesting. So this was a days competition, but there was also a physical element involved.
This was, I have to say, a little fun.
It was a lot fun because it was a shout out to Hamster Watch.
What?
One of the OG BB updaters. Hamster Watch, we love you.
Love you.
I'm so glad that they honored you in this way.
I'm so glad Big Brother has brought you into our lives.
Yes. So this was a lot of fun. Each of them had a giant hamster wheel.
Yes.
And Big Brother would give them an event from the season, and they had to correctly say what day the event happened on.
By dialing up the wheel.
Yes. So One Direction, you could... You light up my world like nobody else.
That's right.
One Direction would advance the days 5 at a time. The other way was 1.
But you could not go back in time.
Right. So if you went over, you had to start from the beginning.
So this is like the punch competition.
Yeah.
5 over
They've
here.
had a bunch like
1
this.
over here. This is like the baseball competition. I can't remember.
They've done a couple variations of it. So the last person to get the answer right for each round, they get a strike against them. And when you get 3 strikes, you're out.
You're out. All right, so Enzo was eliminated first.
Yeah.
The thing about this is it's a twofold competition because first you have to know the right day.
Right.
And then you gotta
be skilled with the wheel.
You gotta be skilled on that learning curve of not going over, knowing just know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
So then Christmas was eliminated, not nominated.
Oof,
next.
That's a tough break because
this was her only hope.
This was pretty much her only hope because everybody else,
nobody was gonna take her.
I mean, Enzo, even if he won the power of veto, if he wanted her to stay, he would have to use it on her. And I don't think he would have made a bold move like that.
No.
Because it would have put Cody at risk.
Right.
So, yeah, Christmas, this was a do or die thing for her, and she couldn't seal the deal. Mm-hmm. So it was down to Nicole and Cody. And
that was pretty close, too.
Well, Nicole came into that final bit with 1 strike. Mm-hmm. Then Cody got a strike. And then after that, it was all
downhill from there
for Nicole. Yeah. So Cody ended up winning. He guaranteed his spot in the final 3.
Right. How funny was that when he was swinging the veto around and he hit himself in the face with it?
It reminded me of Nicole's celebration when she's like, ow!
Yeah. All right. So Christmas again. Jumps into a pile of blankets. I don't know how this girl has any more tears left to cry.
Ariana. Yeah, no, she's upset.
Gonna do our laundry.
She's upset because she knows it's pretty much 3 against 1 at this point. So she's it's not looking good for her.
I mean, she's pretty much resigned herself to the fact that she's gonna go.
Yeah, it's not a good situation for her. She's still gonna try. Mm-hmm. But it's not looking great. So, Cody...
Let's recap. Cody's the winner of the POV.
He's feeling pretty pumped up.
Enzo doesn't give a shit because he already won HOH.
I mean, he would like Christmas to go to the final 3 and not Nicole. But he knows that, again...
She's not going to take Cody. And the only way that would happen is if he saved her.
Yeah.
And Nicole and Christmas, they're both crying losers because Nicole joined in the pity party for herself.
I love how Nicole was like, I don't know if he's going to take me. Girl.
Really?
I mean, there's always that chance that maybe he wouldn't. But, yeah, she's upset because she wanted to guarantee her own spot, and now she's kind of got to be dragged there. So, she's not
It's not going to look good for her resume. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
So, let us know what you guys thought about all of this in the comments.
And don't forget, there's 2 more shows this week. Thursday and Friday.
They still haven't announced the Friday episode, on the show, but it's on the TV guide.
They're probably embarrassed because it's going to be full of so much BS that... Could they even consider it really a show?
I don't know.
They're going to... Look, they do this every year for the last few years. They're going to show 2 minutes of the first part of the HOH.
And the rest will be the walk down memory
Remember
lane.
when Nicole peed her pants?
They didn't show that yet.
Well, they're going to have, unseen footage from the feeds.
Yeah.
Remember when... Kaser was the best this season, and Janelle scared Nicole all the time. She scared her so much she peed her pants.
Yeah.
They're going to show it out of order to make it seem like Janelle caused Nicole to piss her pants. Look at that.
God.
She's evil.
Well, we'll see.
There you go. You're welcome. So thanks for watching, and until next time, much love.